What did you think about it again today? You were obviously dominating, but all you got was the draw at the end.
I think the consensus at the end was that at least we got a point which keeps Stoke at bay. Yeah. I think we're safe now regardless. It was disappointing because 3 disallowed goals is quite a rarity in any game. And I was a bit disillusioned as to the second one. I didn't really get why that was not allowed, but I think you could see the Stoke heads go down at the end of the fact that they hadn't taken any sort of gain from it, hadn't made any ground on us. And in looking at the table at the end, we're 7 points from safety with 5 games to go. So
I think, it's, as you say, it's a question of can Stoke and Southampton get enough points to stay up?
I'm looking at the games to go. I think it's Swansea have got to play Southampton and Stoke in their last 2 games. So we're out the equation. I would say those guys are really going to scrap it out in those games. It will come down to that, and everyone above it. I think West Ham fans will be more disappointed in the fact that we could have been on for it's high, chances were really low, but we could have been on for a top table finish, which given we've been in a relegation battle all season would have been amazing. But
but when you look at like someone like Newcastle who just come up and they're looking at a top 10 finish.
I was watching the game with a Geordie and he wouldn't shut up all game about how well they've been doing. So you look at teams like that and it's like fair play, because outside the top 6 it's all about getting into that 4 spots. So you can
say top 7 because Burnley are pushing for 6th place at the moment.
Burnley, another carrot and boot team. We'll like to see them get Europe. Last game I actually came to before this was against Astra Glue or whatever they were called, and we lost 1-0. So I'm happy to forgo Europe if it means we just improve our league position. But I don't think there's not too much to say about it tonight. I think the performance is more encouraging than anything, even despite a disappointing result. I think a lot of West Ham fans will be divided as to whether Moyes is really the man for the job, because he's not been the man for the job in his last 3 positions.
But that's what I was going to ask, because a lot of we talk about Newcastle, we mentioned Burnley, a lot of the praise goes towards Rafa Benitez and Sean Dyche. How do you rate Moyes' time here? Because it's been a bit up and down, some good results and some very poor ones, but
yeah, the evaluation of Moyes has always been conflicted because it comes in line with actually what the fans think about the owners. Okay. I actually really appreciate David Gold. I think he knows his football. Whenever I see David Sullivan wearing his silly hat, dressed like a Russian emperor, they've got a few nicknames which I won't say for TV purposes, if this airs. But I remember seeing an interview with David Sullivan. They asked him his favourite player of all time. David Gold said Trevor Brooking, great answer. He said he was at the FA Cup final when Brooking scored the goal. David Sullivan's like Payet because he's our best player at the moment. You just get the impression that he doesn't actually know anything about football.
Was that? Oh, that's when Payet was still there, not when he left.
After he left. After he left. And then and when Joe Hart came along, he said he's my favourite keeper ever. He's a great guy. He's the best keeper I've ever worked with. And we've got 2 really good keepers at the time. It's stupid stuff like that. And I think it's really hard to judge your manager when your owners are driving transfer policy and making really silly tweets. The worst one I've ever seen, I've got to go because my missus has walked off. The worst one I've ever seen was someone asked David Sullivan, they said, please can you tweet a picture of my friend because he's gone missing, and he tweeted a picture of Michael Antonio. That happened. Look it up. It might have been David Gold. It's one of them. But
I'll check it on Twitter.
You don't know your own players. You're looking a bit joking here. So there we go.